of home to me to understand what you're going to be speaking about this Sunday.
Well, what happens is the subtlety of mind control today has taken on a whole new level. It's no longer predictable. It's no longer done in such a way as to have recognizable, symmetric, ordered, focused ways. And the types of protocols they're using now have become very sophisticated. What we have to do now, as I said, this is a dovetail from something that I had spoken about back in 2000. This is 13 years ago when we did the Gathering of the Masters, and I had a lecture called Nanogenetic Mind Control. We were speaking about mind control that went beyond the borders or beyond the boundaries of what pretty much has become an archaic form, and that is based upon mind control from uploading with the chip, which still goes on, but now the chip is even more sophisticated because the chip is made from DNA. They have different ways now to change your mind, not with trying to do what they call direct structuring, but what they're doing now is indirect structuring so that you learn your own form of mind control by the way that they're degenerating the DNA or degenerating the cognitive aspects of your brain and teaching your cells to behave and react outside of the instinct that you naturally developed over these last couple of million years. So for me to try to capsule it without giving you A to B to C to D would be very difficult for you to understand. Plus, like I said, I was telling everybody I have a surprise for everybody on Sunday.
You have a surprise.
Yeah.
I guess y'all could have told that to you. Like, well, what is it?
Oh, yeah, right. I'm supposed to. Now, wait a minute. I said it's a surprise. Yeah, that really. Yeah, what is the surprise? Yes, I will right now and tell everybody.
It's a nut. All right, well, listen, I have a surprise for you, too. King Simon!
Oh.
Yo, peace. Hotel.
How you doing? How you doing, little brother?
Man, we working. What's up, Abundance? How you been?
Oh, man, I'm extraordinary. I'm great. I'm doing this 40-day fruit fast. I'm on it. I'm high right now, flying.
That's good.
I had Dr. Delbert, Blair, and Bill Valentine at the show at the same time. Like, come on now.
the Bible, both of them are just tearing the place apart. Although they predicted a lot of stuff 20 and 30 years ago, it is what it is, and we doing what we got to do, and we ain't afraid of nothing. We just coming in hard body, and we just coming in and knocking down the door, waving the 4-4. So that's how we do it.
They won't violate the Moors no more.
Exactly. Brooklyn style. That's how we do it. You know, Baba used to live in Brooklyn, so it's Brooklyn way we doing it. The Brooklyn way. So gotta let them know, man. He's doing 2 days actually out here, like a 2-day.
Yeah.
One is a private all day. I only got 8 seats left. That's it for the private one. Gone. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna sell out. I already by tomorrow it's done. But and of course the tickets are selling crazy because of course he's coming. Also Queen of Four is opening up after 25 years. They have not worked together, and they coming to do a thing. She's gonna do a thing for a whole hour, actually bringing the healing and all that good stuff, and doing her whole sacred woman thing.
That's gonna be interesting. She's gonna be talking about like the healing after divorce, but that could probably, don't you think that would apply to people after breakups and stuff like that? Because a lot of us, we swear we married.
Yeah, I know.
Who's that, really married?
We all swear we married.
Right.
I've never heard it put like that before.
Only a Pisces would bring that out.
Barely married.
But I'm loving it. Let me just say that they can call me, text me if they for both days. It's a discount. It's $80 for the private one, but if you're doing both days, it's $90. Give you a $10 discount. My number is 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Tickets available for the public event is at Nicholas Harlem, Nicholas Brooklyn. Those are the only two places you can get it, and doors open at 2 p.m. And actually, those who are coming from out of town, and you might be listening right now, I'm sure you're listening on Abundance Child Show. I'm telling you, if you get there before 3, it's $20 before 3, $30 after. I ain't got no time waiting for no audience. We're going to start this on time because you know Doc has a lot to say. He got a lot. He can talk for 12 hours. So he's already doing it the day before he's talking a lot. So we're going to make sure he finishes what he got to do on the day at the National Black Theater on Sunday. So it's a Father's Day, Family Day weekend. We need all of y'all to be out there. It's King Simon Production, UKSNow.org production. We're doing what we got to do to keep it moving. All right? All right.
Hey, Barbara, have you seen, I've been asking everybody this question, so have you seen, like, these videos out here, these young boys, and they're just being very vulgar as far as their expression?
Yeah, I saw them. Again, I was not surprised because in my book I spoke about the feminization of young men. And
yes, you did.
This would be essentially the next step to that. I kept saying since 1992 that we would begin to see a progressive degeneration in the generations due to the inflicting of what I call Amazonian feminism, which is the one that essentially has undermined and destroyed the family structure, and who was responsible for that and why it was done this way in order to maintain a kind of, this is what, again, talking about manipulating intent. Intention usually comes from a base in natural instincts. When you pervert the instincts, then what happens to intention becomes perverted. When you know that nature has an intention to procreate, to be fruitful and to multiply, when you begin to change the instinct and the nature based upon what you do, not only through feminism, but like they're saying, the food supply, the air supply, and the water supply. Listen to what I'm saying. Food supply, like Dr. Blair said, food supply, air supply, and water supply. When you begin to pervert what is naturally the four elements, the fire, air, water, and earth, which essentially feeds us through the air, through the waters, through the food supply, when you destroy the word is what speaks to the natural instincts within us. The word is what vibrates from the cosmos to us in the form of our behavior and instincts. When that is destroyed, this is what you see. And this is going to be just the tip of the iceberg, family. You see perversion. You want to see perversion? Perversion has not yet shown you its true color. It's going to become so disgusting for a minute that people are going to start really wondering now, okay, how did this happen? Well, we've already been shown. Mm-hmm. We're going to start showing you this. We've shown you why it was happening. We told you it was going to happen. Now it's for the people to start following the breadcrumbs back to where we told everybody it was starting from. And then it's time to start reassessing everything that happened over the last 50 years as far as black relationships, black family, black community is concerned.
I have to say this because even myself, like, this is what happens too, Baba and King Simon. We go to these lectures, we read books, but that doesn't mean just because you told us. You know how my mom told me, Tamiko, you should be cooking, you should be writing books, you should be. I didn't listen to her. No, I want to do Abundance Child worldwide, right? But somebody else says, King Simon says, where's your book? Where's your book? So this is what's happening. All of us have taken in this information. You've been, just turning blue at the face, like saying all of this stuff. I know I'm hit, but I was really shocked when I saw that. Like, I'm still shocked when I see 2 women or 2 men in public. I'll be like, what the? So, this is what's going to happen. I know if it's me, as naive as I am, like you said, it's going to get worse. Do you, as an elder, have any type of plan? Are you, is this something that you're going to be discussing tomorrow? Is there some type of plan? Like, what do we do? How do you respond? Like, what do you do? Because everybody's saying right now, oh, it's just the mother's fault, blah, 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 blah.
It's got everything to do with everyone. It's how we have been hoodwinked, like Brother Malcolm said, hoodwinked, bamboozled, and took. This is what's happening now. We have been took. We got taken when we began to start following this civil rights movement, and then when the civil rights movement opened the door to the feminist movement, and when the feminist movement began opening its door to the gay rights movement, everything began degenerating because it was a systematic, planned, tactical attack against the family structure. That is the power to community. That is the power to nation building. Undermine the family. Undermine the natural order that keeps things in continuity with nature. And so now with nature completely out of whack in people's minds, in their behavior, you can't keep a society together. Society is fundamentally a foundation based upon what nature dictates through instinct and how it is that humans come together to order and structure their behavior. Ethics and morality is what men do. We are the ones who set and structure laws around what it is that protects our woman, protects our children, and protects the order of society. The women take that, what we give them as the boundaries to that protection, and they build up, like the baby who is born in the womb, they build out from that, inside of that safety, inside of that place of security. That was ripped down, and a police state was put in place of the authority, what is called the primary authority of the male. That was taken away, and once you put it in the hands of the state, now you are dealing with turning the community, the nation, into essentially a collection of drones. Now, when you take away the gender, which is what I talked about in my Wounded Womb, people say there's no such thing as gender. When feminism came up, it said that gender was a social construct. It was something that the patriarchy created. It's nonsense. Everything in nature, everything in the universe, under what we talked about, the 7 laws of Jehudi, gender is the end point of mind. It starts at mind and ends from the 7 to gender. If you take gender out, then you are out of your mind. So when you go and read the 7 principles, what they talk about, the 7 principles of existence, which is the 7 principles of Jehudi, or the 7 principles of Hermes, or whatever they called at that point, you'll see it starts with mind, then the principle of correspondence, cause and effect, all the way down to polarity, all the way down to gender. Once you pull gender, that's the rug, that's the foundation upon which all of that sits. Pull gender from under it, and you take the whole goddamn thing down. And that's exactly what they did. Took the gender out of women, took the gender out of men. And when you take that foundational, that anchor that makes us the Ma'atian team, then you see those children that you see. Our children go wild. What kind of example do we see for our children? What are our children looking at? Well, our children are the mirror for the adults. So if the adults are perverted in their minds and their behavior and their thinking and don't care about their actions in front of their children, what are our children to do? How do our children reflect that type of apathy, that type of amorality, that non-ethical format that we have now created in our society? This is what we are meant to do. Wait till you start seeing the heinousness that is going to come, until there is going to be, and you know who's going to change it? Our sisters. The women are going to have to stop it. And if they're going to stop it, they're going to have to say, okay, that's it. If we do not change this and come off of this independence, no, we're going for ourselves and start getting back into the team that we were as men and women. When these creatures came in and saw us organizing around that civil rights, they said, well, damn, this is a well-oiled machine. The men and the women knew just who the hell the enemy was back then. Now we don't.
But I also want to add to that. You said it's going to have to be the sisters. You know, that's a universal theme amongst so-called conscious community, all right? But I wanted to add on to that because you said earlier that the men, are dealing with the mores and the ethics, and the women build out from there. So